Hello and good morning, everybody. It is 5:18 a.m. and there is currently no power at all. None. Okay, only a few exceptions, but other than that, none. None in our neighborhood, none in the next neighborhoods surrounded by us. The electricity was gone since 12:30, and now it has been nearly 5 hours. I believe it, 5 hours, almost 5 hours. Well, after 5 minutes of the electricity going away, you're like, oh, I don't know how that just happened. Maybe I'll save it for later. And then even after 30 minutes of the power outage, you get really sick of it. And you just really wanted to come back. Now it has been nearly 5 hours since it has been gone, and it still hasn't come back. Only some lights are working, and these drivers are very lucky. Alright guys, some more time has passed. Now it is 6:43, and sadly the power is still not back. Now it has passed 6 hours, and it's still not back. I actually woke up at 2 a.m. and I'm just making an assumption that the power outage was gone from 12:30. Because when I woke up at 2, I checked the time and I realized that the power went out as soon as I went out to look at the time from the TV. Well guys, now I have really lost my belief that the electricity is ever gonna come back ever again. I think we're really done with electricity. I think we are really going back to the 1870s. I think we really are done with electricity. I have lost my trust. I have lost my hope. After 6.25 hours of waiting, while still everything's the same dullness, still everything is on the dark side of the grayscale, while still everything is in the spooky zone, and etc. Still nothing works. It really feels like we are really moving on. There was no warning. Normally they should warn, checking the weather channel and you find out one day there's going to be a big storm, and then that day big storm comes when that day as well comes, then works. Jesus, I have never ever experienced this long of a power outage before, and I'm never ever gonna forget this one. Never. There are quite a lot of subjects that I talk a lot about. Well, actually not a lot. Just a few subjects that I talk a lot in my videos about. And this is gonna go as one of them for tomorrow, and as we go even further forward in time. Unforgettable. Never and ever again once the electricity comes back. Now it's the 7th hour of it being away. There were some power outages in my life that I experienced that were between 2 and 3 hours. A lot of them were rather 1 to 2 hours. Some of them were between 2 and 3 hours. For example, before the big car crash on July the 29th, that was between 2 and 3 hours, when it was at least the better thing before the worst. The power outage on July the 29th, before the worst part. That was 2 to 3 hours. A fewer of them I have experienced were 3 to 4 hours. Well, sometimes it's got to do with rain, sometimes it's got to do with other stuff, but there were some I experienced at that period of time. But now, today is a record. Today's like a record for me. Now, it has passed more than 6 hours since the electricity had went and hasn't come back yet. I really don't get the point, like how some of these light bulbs are on, how some of the business centers light bulbs are on, and some other houses have electricity, like some houses in the neighborhoods ahead of us have electricity, while we don't. For 6 hours, for more than 6 hours, in fact. And I can't wait 6 hours. I can't even wait 30 minutes. And now it is 12 times of that. It's come to 13 times of that already. I can do the math pretty well. Alright guys, I just left home without any power. Now it is the beginning of the 8th hour without electricity. And what could I say about that now? Basically, I just waited the whole night from, like, it was gone from 12:30, and I only woke up at 2, and, like, I mean, I even woke up for a second at 12:40, realizing that was already gone, and then 2 was, like, when I really woke up for a second time, and it was still not back. And then, basically, again at 2:30, still not back, and basically that took, like, from 2:30, I really started my day just like this. Just having to wait so long until electricity comes back. And it still hasn't. It probably never is going to come back. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to upload another video again. I really lost my trust of the power ever coming back again, you guys. Honestly. What does this mean? Out of so many vlogs I've been doing, like compared today with July the 29th and when before the really worst part, car crash, during the 2-hour power outage, at least I was able to have a toast and do some more reviews on what we have done on the first part of this summer. Basically just going to universities with my mom, having all that fun, going to universities with my mom, and some other stuff, going to San Diego with my father, and the 4th of July fireworks, and some more events that we have done, either with my mom, either with my dad, either with anybody throughout the trip. So before, like, we couldn't even predict what happened 2 hours later, so we basically knew that we were struggling to deal with the power outage while I was making all that reviews. Well, today, now it has been 7 hours since it was gone. Now I have sacrificed 7 hours of my life without any power. Well, I have experienced some 4 hours. Well, maybe a bit less, but I can round it to 4. 7 hours, no power. Like, when it comes to 4 hours of there being no power, sometimes I really get into the consciousness of the power never ever coming back ever again, and that's why I'm really into today. I really think that we are in a brand new era, brand new everything. Like, everything has completely changed. Like, completely there's no more power, is what I think. Nope, I still can't see a time there. Obviously, I'm gonna have to wait until we get back to school, and if it's still completely black once I get back from the school, then that is really the truth, you guys. Honestly, I hate to say that, but it's real, and I can't even defy it. I can't even act, especially in a TV show. It's like reality. I might even go into virtuality thinking, oh, I can play games for 23 hours. No, not today. Not like, basically, we can't go into virtuality with that. I mean, I think we're done. I think digital world is no more. Well, you guys don't even know what time it is right now. It is actually 7:44 in the morning already. From there you can even see the air temperature as well, not only the time but as well you can find out what the temperature is, especially in green and red, and basically the relative humidity level. And looks like we're basically never gonna see that again. And like the only times that you can actually tell the time is like when you look at your clock, not your digital clock, but the other kind of clock that has the numbers from like 12369, something like that. And you try to find out what the short hand is on. Like if you say the short hand is on 5, the long hand is on 11, then basically you're saying it is 4:55. And right now it is just hard to tell the difference when we're still in this forever lasting power outage. Well guys, it is just another cloudy morning this morning. It isn't raining, but that's not the point of the forever lasting power outage. Of course you hear all these people who are trying to get to school on time but can't. Alright guys, I'm just waiting for my bus right now. Guys, just 4 minutes ago, my mom gave me a message of this. 4 minutes ago, the power is back. I'll show you a bit of evidence from when I get back from school, but just 4 minutes ago, the power came back. After 7.5 hours, this unbelievably long waiting is over. Goodness. Guys, like, this was like the power outage of a century. And I'm so glad it's over. 8 hours. Well, at least I'm glad that the power outage, the 8-hour power outage, is over. But my lazy bus driver, where could he be? Yesterday he came 2 minutes early. Now he's already 2 minutes late. So I'm gonna surf around the road to find where he is. Ha ha. I got him again. 4 minutes late. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. I just got him. After a 2-minute early arrival yesterday, it is 1 for me, 0 for him. Ha ha. And there, you guys, here we are. This was an 8-hour power outage that we had today, and came back at 7:55, and now it is 4:55 p.m. So basically nearly 5. Goodness, this power outage was a power outage that I would love to forget about, but I can hardly, actually. Like, this power outage will be remembered so many years later. Like, this one will never be forgotten. I would like to forget about it, but basically I can't. It's hard. She's looking me out the window again. Basically, I'm 5 years old, huh? I'm 5 years old with 12 years experience or what? So, that will do for this video. I just couldn't believe it overnight. Now, we already passed that. Now it is 7:17 in the evening. God, I hope we never have this again. I really hope so. I am really gonna fight against power outages. I'll see you tomorrow